there, good looking. Join me for this upper body metabolic conditioning workout. What the heck does that mean? Well, all that means is that we are using compound exercises for our upper body lifts so that we also get that heart rate up. Now, this is also day 12 of our Ignite Challenge. I am so darn proud of you guys. Now, for today, you will need some equipment. I want you to grab a pair of light dumbbells, something that you can press overhead, as well as a pair of moderate dumbbells for our rows and chest presses. And then also grab a light TheraBand or a light piece of tubing for our warm-up. All right, let's go get started. Hey there and welcome. My name is PJ Wren, and hey, I'm going to be your certified personal trainer for today. Listen, let's get warmed up. As we do, I will chat about the workout. Deal? Feet apart, brace into the ab region, and then take the arms and circle them behind you. Make them nice and big, warming up into that shoulder joint. So we have 3 circuits for today, 3 rounds of each circuit. In between each circuit, we'll get a good water break. Now, there are some exercises that are a little bit more advanced. I'm going to show in this screen, Mini-Me, she'll be doing a alternate movement if you don't want to join in the advanced version. We have 45 seconds of work for today and 15-second breathers. So that's where that heart rate response goes into. Not a lot of rest. We'll be moving through the exercises pretty quickly. But lucky you, we get 3 rounds. So by the end, you'll be a pro at each exercise. Last 3 and 2. And 1. Now let's open the arms and then close them and then alternate which arm's on top as you close. Abs still tight. We're remembering that ab recruitment. Knees are soft. That really helps brace into that core region when you're moving your limbs, protecting your low back. Last 3 and 2 and 1. Let's get into the T-spine area. Feet now are hip width. Hip hinge for me, hands under chest, reach up, look up, other side, reach up, look up. So you're following your hand with your gaze, getting the movement through the shoulder and that mid-back area, what we call your thoracic spine. Warming up everything we're about to work so that your joints, connective tissue, and muscles are ready for the workout. Let's do 4 more here. Here's 4. 3, 1 more each side. Excellent. Grab that TheraBand or light tubing that I asked you to grab. Place it behind the back, just underneath the armpits like so. All right, maybe wrap it lightly around the hands, but we want some chest presses. We don't want it so tough though that you're struggling because we're still doing a warm up. So position your hands, palms facing down, elbows up, and press. Good. Now we want those knees soft again, just like we did with the arm circles, abs engage, so that we're bracing in that core while we do our press action here. And again, this shouldn't be really hard, all right? We're still warming up. So give yourself a little bit of tube to work with. Last 4, we just want to feel a little heat in the shoulders and pecs. Last 1. Excellent. Now let's take the band in front, pull it apart. Keep the elbows soft, so we're moving through the shoulders still, not necessarily through the elbows. Pulling the shoulder blades together when that tube hits the upper chest. Now feeling the fire in the mid and upper back region. Last 4. One more. Excellent. Now bring your hands maybe a bit closer together. Think about a letter X. I want you to bring one arm up and one arm down. Do it one side of an X, and now let's do the other side of the X. As the hand's coming back, you're kind of leading with the pinky, and you're not twisting the body. So again, knees soft, core engaged. How's that for a broken record? Huh? And you know you're over 40 if you know what a record is. You know what my husband bought recently? I have no idea why. A carousel full of 8-track tapes. Remember 8-tracks? Well, we don't have an 8-track player. He just got this carousel of 8-track tapes sitting in his garage, in his man cave. Woo, baby, let's do one more each side. Last one. Excellent. Grab a sip of water, shake it out. We are going to get busy with our workout in about 30 seconds. All right, now my apologies if I forgot to tell you to turn your watch on. Turn your watch on if you've got a fitness watch. We're starting with inchworms. If inchworms aren't your jam, you'll follow mini-me. She's going to do a squat, touch the ground, reach up. Squat, touch the ground, reach up. Otherwise, if you're doing the inchworm, I want you to come to the end of the mat. And I encourage you to give it a try. You never know, okay? Maybe you get a couple in and then follow mini-me. All right, now let's take it into a deep squat. Now let's use the arms and the shoulders to walk out into plank. Pause. Heels hit the ground, deep squat, drive up. Good. So a lot going on with this. We're moving our body weight, which is super important to be able to manage our own body weight. That's why I encourage you to give it a try. And it's kind of almost more of a warm-up drill, working ourselves up to 20 seconds from now. We'll get into some dumbbell lifts. But this is exercise 1 of our first circuit. We really want to sink down deep into that squat. So feet out. I've got mine mat width. My toes are slightly turned out. Let's do one more. All right. Grab the heavier of the dumbbells that you have. We have a combo move. Elbows in. You'll do a narrow press and then turn the elbows out a little bit for a fly. Come back and then finish the narrow press. Here we go. Ready? Straight up. Elbows bend. Good. So when we're doing the fly part, you've got to lead with the elbow, not allowing the knuckles to come down to the ground. Whew, that doesn't feel good on the shoulder if you do that, so please don't do that. So we're going to pick up the tempo a little bit. All right, in a metabolic conditioning workout, we're going a little lighter with the weight that we can handle, and we're adding tempo, speed for the intensity. Make sure you're breathing. For our secondary move, we'll stay right where we are, actually. Or third move, pardon me. Time. All right, just one dumbbell. All right, hold it end to end. Legs are up for me. We are lowering the dumbbell behind the head while also dropping the heels to the ground, keeping the low back on the mat, and then coming back up. Here we go. Now, here's the cue on this one, gang. If you find that low back pops off your mat, your belly really puffs up, I want you to drop your legs to where you can control it. Good. Now, if you want to add a bit more as you come up, you can crunch the post up towards your laces. However, don't do that if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia. Remember, you can't or should not be flexing or crunching the spine. This is our third move. When the timer goes, back to the top, inchworms. With the pullover, the elbows are just slightly bent. Letting that dumbbell come right behind us, hitting that ground behind the head. And time. All right. You good? Perfect. So inchworms, or maybe you're squatting and reaching. So let's get to the end of our mat. Remember, deep squat. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Walk out. Good. Now let's pick it up, okay? You can just simply agree with me and not do it as well. I'll never know. Sure, PJ, I'll pick it up. I picked it up a long time ago, PJ. No, seriously, I want you to work with what's going to challenge you. Each day's going to be different. My favorite line, you do you. Now, yes, we are getting those legs on this one, feeling the fire in the quadriceps. Last time back home, and time. All right, grabbing those dumbbells. We've got that narrow press, chest fly. Here we go. Start with the elbows tucked in, back of the neck long. All right, here we go. Punch the arm straight up. Now give me a slight bend in the elbow for the fly, and down. Once you've got this mastered, and if you're feeling comfortable with it, as I mentioned, you can pick up the tempo a little bit, but you shouldn't be lifting it so light that you're throwing these around like a couple of pieces of paper. All right, there should still be a bit of struggle feeling that weight. All right, place one dumbbell off to the side, lift the legs up, remembering that the first step on this with the leg drop is drawing the belly button in towards the spine and activating that deep core muscle. Both the arms and the legs drop, the legs going as low as you can control that low back. Crunch up if you like. Our exhale is as we crunch up, right there. We're not swinging or dropping the legs. It's all controlled by those abs. Dumbbells controlled by the shoulders and your lats. All right, let's get to the top of our mat or back of our mat for our final set, inchworms. Or maybe you're doing the squat, fingers to ground, reach, come up off those heels. All right, if you're with me, feet apart, toes turned out. Let's go, drop it. Good. Take the gaze at the top of the mat when you get down there, not letting your head drop. Getting some mobility into the hip. Opening up through the ankles. Even working those knees. I encourage you to go wide with the feet. That's going to enable give you some openness so that you can drop down to that squat. Last time doing this round, we're moving on after this. See if we can get one more in. All right, nice job. Okay, so narrow press to fly. Ready? Elbows in tight. I know, up, down, my apologies. Ready, set, and press, open, close, and lower the dumbbells. For a strength workout with dumbbells to be effective, you do need to be on the mat. Sometimes face up, sometimes prone on the belly. And then there are exercises that we can do to hit the muscles standing. But unfortunately, for an effective strength workout, we can't do it all standing with dumbbells. Could definitely do it if you had cable machines, pulley machines, etc. Which, not everybody has in their home. I don't have one. I've always wanted a cable machine. Time. Whew. All right, get rid of one dumbbell. Some women dream of diamond rings. I dream of a cable machine. You can keep your diamonds. Here we go. Ready and go. Crunch up if you'd like. Quick water break after this. Keep that tempo. Come on, don't slow it down. Exhale if you're crunching up with me. Time. Woo, baby. All right, grab a quick sip. You have 30-second break. We're moving into a circuit number 2. Our first one is dead stop push-ups. So if you're part of the 15-day Ignite Challenge, this is our push-up part of the Perfect Your Push-Up that we're doing through this full series. If you're not doing the push-up with me, you'll come here, elbows up, bum up, and you'll do a chest press. Okay, mini-me's doing that. Otherwise, those of you with the dead stop push-up, I want you to lie all the way down for me. Get the hands situated just underneath the armpits. All right, elbows in. From the knees, press yourself up. Now come up off of the knees. Lower all the way, chest to ground. Bring your arms out. Bring them back underneath the armpits. Stay on the knees. Press up. Good. Then come into that plank. So dead stop push-up is an easier type of push-up. You're able to hold that core, that plank. as we've been learning with our push-up, a couple of things that go really wrong with it is the core, the hips going. The other thing that goes really wrong with it are people's elbows splay out. So we want those elbows kind of tucked in. One more. And press up. All right. Grab one of the heaviers that you have. Heaviers? Yeah, that works. All right. I want you to place it on just mirror me. Place it in that hand. Now step out with this leg. Bring the dumbbell down. And then give me an upright row. Yeah? Okay, cool. So just mirror me. Again, we're getting into some legs. Yep, for sure. And that's where we also get into some core too. And then we're working into the back, bicep, shoulder. Now, if you want, try to stick it and nail it with the knee up. A lot harder. When you do that side lunge, toes, knees, hips, shoulders, head to me. All right? You're not twisting and turning to that leg. Let's do one more. Whew. All right, so you know it. We got the other side. So let's start with the foot down if you were doing the knee up. Just get the form first, and then we layer on intensity after that. 3, 2, 1, step it out. Dumbbell comes down. Row up. Good. So you're going out wide, and the hand's going to end maybe a bit higher than the shoulder. Now, if you'd like to try that knee up, softness in the stabilizing leg, you've got to hold it for a breath. You don't just do a knee up and then drop back. This is where the control and the core comes in, right here. Whew. So this is our last move. Take it back to dead stop push-up, or perhaps you were doing chest press. One more. All right. So dead stop push-up. I'm going to stay on my toes now for the entire push-up. You can still stay on the knees on the push-up, okay? But you want to be off the knees for the lowering. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Elbows track towards the back of your mat. Lift the hands, bring them out. Now, if you can, keep the core tight. One solid unit presses up. Do it again. Down. Extend. Gaze at the top of the mat as you're lowering the head and the arms, mimic an arrow. You're trying to lift your whole body up as one unit. Chest might come a little higher for a split second, and then get those hips up there to match it. Remembering, those of you that are in the challenge, this plank or this push-up is just a moving plank. So let's get in one more. And up. Whew. All right, we're on this side of the mat. I need quick water. You got one in the last break. I didn't. Okay. Your left hand, right leg. Ready? Across. Knee up. If you like. Stabilizing leg is soft. Let's get one more in. Whew. Nice job, you. Okay, let's get to the other side. Uh-oh, my mat's crooked. Now I think I just made it worse. Oh, well. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Step it out. So hips are being pushed rear. We're hinging from that hip joint. Keeping everything squared to me. Again, as we step out, we're not twisting and turning to that leg that's landing. One more. Time. All right, final round. Dead stop push-ups or chest press. Whew. For that dead stop, maybe try the full plank for the entire time. If not, modify it by being on the knees as you press up. Here we go. Fingers wide, feet out, lower down, elbows tracking back. Looking up. See if we can get one more in. Oh, yeah. Woo. All right. Here we go. Grab that dumbbell. You want it in your left hand. It's the right leg stepping out. Woo. Get yourself all set up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Step it out. Row it up. Whew, almost pushed off too much there. Almost kept going that way. There's only a certain amount of push you can give back, isn't there? Or you'll just keep going. It's okay. It's one of the perks of working out at home. Nobody can see you. Let's do one more. There's no back of the class. You have your spot every time. You don't have to get to your class early to get your spot. All right, here we go. Feet apart. 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's funny in group classes how people have their spots. All right, one more. Time. All right, I want you to march it out. Grab some water and watch me, because this third set of moves, the first one might not be for everyone. So if it's not, here's your alternative. Dumbbell in each hand. All right, you'll do a deadlift, row, finish the lift, and do a bicep curl. All right, otherwise, you're down with me. We're doing renegade row each arm. Woo! All right, so ready? Doing each arm. Good. Now I want you to step it in wide beside each dumbbell or just behind each dumbbell. Sink it. Do a bicep curl. And then step it back. Good. Now step it in. Stay here. Good. So you kind of look like a frog. Again, the perk of working out at home. Nobody's looking at your frog. Because this could be a really awkward looking exercise. So I'm taking one for the team and doing it on YouTube. You can do it in the comfort of your home. But what we're essentially doing is time under tension for the quads. Woo, time. So it's a really good thigh exercise while we get that compound lift for your upper body. All right, Skullcrusher with leg drop. So hold on to one dumbbell, extend it straight up, legs are up. Now let's get the Skullcrusher first. Post coming to the forehead. Please don't hit your forehead. And then straighten. All right, let's do it again. Good. Now as the dumbbell lowers, you can lower those heels just like we did in that first circuit with the pullover. Remembering though, if we can't get control that low back, if it pops right off, then I want you to bend the knees more. And that's going to make that a little easier. You can also do single leg. I'm actually going to go to single leg. I'm not lying. My abs are toast from that ab Tabata we did yesterday. So, all right. Remember those lighter pair of dumbbells I asked you to have? I want you to grab those. Woo. Okay, now we have a shoulder press complex. That just means it's 3 different moves in one, okay? Here we go. So I want you to mirror me. Knees soft, abs engaged. Press one up. Now the other one. Good. Now press them out in what we call a W press. So your head would be the middle of your W and then lower, okay? So it's 1, 2, W. Now you can go really light if you have some shoulder issues as well as body weight only. Especially if you do have something called frozen shoulder, we want to still keep the mobility and try and get as much movement as we can. Shoulder won't give you a lot depending on where you are with the frozen shoulder, but you need to keep it moving. Time. All right. So row, step in, curl, or deadlift, row, and curl. Wow, George wants to come in here. What a treat. George never comes in here when the lights are on. Hi, handsome. You're going to have to get out of the way, though, because YouTube can't see through a big 100-pound shepherd. All right, here we go. Excuse me. Oh, don't bark at me. You just came into my space, dude. Whoa. My dog has attitude. Step it in. That frog squat and curl. Good. Step it in. Good. Hello. Yes. Thank you. Dinner soon. That's what this is. It's just a cruise so that I don't forget about him and he doesn't starve to death. Just time. It's just cruising through the living room, PJ. Just reminding you I'm still here. All right. Skullcrusher, leg drop, double, or maybe you're single with me. Whew, because my abs are toast from yesterday's workout. Ready? Abs engaged. Pull that belly button in. And press. That was a rootin' tootin' good workout. That's my new code. When I say rootin' tootin', you can insert any of your favorite swear words. You can channel your inner Roy Kent. We're standing with the lighter dumbbells in each hand. Once we hear that timer, there we go. All right, rock yourself up. Remember to use the legs to pick those dumbbells up, even if they are lighter. Right? I don't know about you, but I actually threw my back out once just picking my leg up and putting it in my pants. So, okay, the joys of being over 50. All right, single arm, other arm, that's a true story. Luckily, I had my phone with me, and Lovey's husband had to come home and pick me up off the floor. If you've ever had a herniated disc, you know what I was struggling with. But there is comfort in knowing what the heck is wrong with you. So if you are struggling with something and you don't know what's going on, please go see a physical therapist or physiotherapist if you're in Canada. They really can help diagnose and give you a treatment plan, so that you can get back to your fighting form again. All right, this is it, last round, and then we stretch. So, renegade row with me, or deadlift, row, curl. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Step it in. Drop the booty. Elbows rest on the inside of your thighs. Curl it. Finish the curl. Step it out. You could definitely jump it in and jump it out if you like. Personally, I actually feel the no impact is harder because we don't have any momentum. We're really having to use those hips and quads. Last one. Woo! All right, one dumbbell. Skull crusher, leg drop. Or maybe you just say, forget it, PJ, I don't want to do the leg drop. And then hold the legs right here. We call that tabletop. Otherwise, arms up. Whoop, hammer curl. Skull crusher. Feeling those back of the arms. We're also hitting the core and getting into the hips and thighs. All right. Whew. Grab those lighter ones you have. Get set up. Final exercise. Shoulder press complex. Feet hip width apart or shoulder. All right, just don't have them together. Knees soft, abs engaged, and press up, up, then W. Good. Now, the reason we don't like feet right together when you're doing any sort of lift is because that decreases your base of support. All right, it's harder to control. We want feet out. Think of an athlete when they're on the field. They're in that ready stance position. Their core, their balance, everything is ready. They're not locked out in the joints, feet together, because if they are, they'll be toppled. Or they won't have the power to start running right off the bat if the ball or whatever they are going for comes towards them. So you can learn a lot by watching sport on how you need to hold your body when you're lifting dumbbells. Time. Look at that. I just babble away, and before we know it, we're done. All right, you. Shake out those arms. Grab a sip of water. Don't leave me yet. We've got to stretch out those muscles we just worked. All right. Just march it out just for a second. As I said, grab a sip of water. Just get the heart rate coming down. Let it come down a tiny bit. Moving on to the stomach for me. Bring your arms out, lined up with the shoulder, palm down. Lift your left leg up, roll a bit onto that right hip. Maybe drop that left toe behind you, and then slide that left hand. Press yourself so you're rolling back onto that right shoulder, stretching the pec and front shoulder on that right side. You might even feel it if you want to walk the foot out a bit more and get into that hip too. All right, let's do the other side. So we simply just go back on the belly, extend the left leg now. Pick the right leg up, roll onto that left side. That right hand comes just in front of the body, pressing ourselves back so we're rolling back onto the left shoulder and arm. Again, maybe we're walking that right foot up towards the left hand a bit to get into the hip. Back to center. Elbows under shoulders. Just get a little extension into the low back, maybe looking up a bit. Let the hips drop into your mat, into your floor. Press yourself back. Maybe open up the knees, bring the big toes together. Bring the arms the length or the width, of your mat. Keep them straight. Sit back, forehead to mat if you can, but we're keeping those elbows off the ground, trying to lengthen through the side body while we drop the chest to the ground and work on some extension of that thoracic spine we were talking about during warm-up. Now let's bring the elbows to the ground, bring the hands closer together, let the hands come in the back of the neck or maybe the mid-back, and walk the elbows forward. Really getting a nice stretch into the triceps. Release the hands. Let's thread the left one under the body. Palm is up. Drop the side of the head on the ground and walk the right one straight up. Come on up. When we come up, I want you to take that left arm now and reach it up towards the sky and bring it down. Right one comes under, thread it. Palm is up, side of the head on the floor, sitting back a bit, and then walk that left arm forward. I can't go totally forward because I think I'm bumping my mic and giving you some ugly feedback. So. Slide on up, and let's slide that right arm up and then reach it up towards the sky on this side and bring it down. Sitting back onto your bum, nice and tall. Good. Let's take that arm, keep it straight now. We've done it bent if you've been with the challenge. Now we're going to keep it straight and press it in, getting more of a stretch in the mid-back, nice and tall in the spine. And then take it behind the head, lean away, getting into that tricep and side body. Release, other side, thumb up, press in. And behind the head. Give it some help with the other arm. Sitting nice and tall though, don't round and let yourself cave in towards the thighs. Sit up tall, chest is up. And then final stretch for the forearms because we were gripping the dumbbell so much. Arm out, fingertips pointed to the ground, arm is straight, and then I simply want you to rotate the fingers away from the midline of the body. You want to feel the stretch through here. If you don't feel it that much, good for you. You want to keep that forearm extensor muscle of yours happy. Mine has not been happy for a year now, which just means I've had tennis elbow. But we want to keep the arm straight. It's a heck of a lot better now, though. All right, let's do the other side. Fingertips down. Lead them away from the midline of the body. That arm is straight. And release. Thank you so much for joining me. Listen, you can help this video out by clicking that thumbs up so it gets found on the YouTube algorithm or by the YouTube algorithm. And also make sure you drop a comment down below, especially if you are part of the Ignite Challenge. I want to hear from you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next workout. Bye.